Hi, beautiful Libra. Welcome. This is Mary Ellen, coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your February 2018 Soul Tarot reading. I'm really thrilled to be here as always, and if you're new, welcome. I'm very excited to meet all the wonderful people who are chancing by my channel and on their own personal path of commitment. For all the returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back. It's great to be together again. I don't know if you saw the little 9-minute video that it posted. It's been a wild winter here in the northeast of the U.S. Lots of severe weather, and I actually just am recuperating from the flu, so things are a little bit behind, and I'm going as fast as I can. So I wanted to make sure to get this reading out before I have to leave shortly for the rest of the day. Libra, based on everything that has been unfolding in the last couple of months and the things that were spoken about by Spirit last month, I'm starting this tradition for this year to start with the image of the Spirit card. And I will toggle over so you can see my face. I'll say hello. I want to talk a little bit about this before I jump into some brief announcements. Spirit's asking me to give you the opportunity to look in to the central message that sits. The first card that comes out is about the connection with Spirit, the light and the energy and the theme that is driving the reading, the things that Spirit wants to channel basically through me for you. So this is really a beautiful card. This is the revelation of art. The divinatory meaning of this card has to do with the fulfillment of desires and wishes being granted and, positive things like physical well-being and abundance and difficulties being overthrown. This is actually the goddess of sovereignty. And the mythology of this card is that the goddess of sovereignty was discovered in a mystical moment by a king who was asking trying to divine, Spirit says, what his lineage would be and who would reign after him. So he asked this question, and it caused him to travel into the mystical realm. And he found himself in a great hall where this goddess was sitting on her beautiful crystal throne. She was able to be the seer who named, in accordance with the Irish hero Lugh, who's in this deck is represented by the King of Art. So there is a representation here. This woman works in conjunction with the King of Art, and he does not come out in the reading, but it's fascinating to me that this is here sort of as the Spirit saying, as the opening message for your reading. The reason it's here, given what was unfolding last month, is that there is a continuation of your energy set point emerging and your both your personhood and your spirit, your soul journey evolving and emerging into the new place that it is meant to go. So we're going to talk about that a lot. You'll be really amazed when you see the cards that are coming after this. So that's the notion. This is a prophecy. This is about a seer. There is a prophecy coming forward for every single reading that I have done so far this month. Spirit is talking about the year to come. And there will be some discussion about the continuation of solidifying your new set point, having come through the passage tombs, the solstice, all the things that happened at the end of 2017. So if you're new and you haven't seen those videos, please go and watch them. Spirit's talking still a lot about the solstice, the readings from October, November, December. So what I'm suggesting to folks is if you don't want to spend the time to watch the whole video, scroll down to the end, like the last 10 minutes, and just listen to the final wrap-up, and it'll give you a gist, and you'll be able to see the cards. So the goddess of sovereignty, basically the sole question that goes along with this card is to ask yourself, what is your heart's true desire? very lovely question under the set of circumstances that we have. So just ponder that as we go through the reading. Spirit's asking, return your thoughts to this notion of prophecy and lineage, because that's what the reading's going to be about. Okay? Let me toggle over. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for being here. I have a couple of announcements. I'm going to try to be brief. There are some new things unfolding here at Moonrise Cottage. If you're interested in a reading of any kind, a love reading, a personal soul tarot reading, there are a couple of different lengths depending on what your need and desire is. I'm offering my services now as a medium based on some things that were happening in 2017. Again, for those of you that don't know, I started my channel just a year ago, and it's been a really interesting for me to use my clairvoyant gifts in this way, which I never anticipated doing. So like you, I'm on my own journey. So what started happening is people would come for a personal reading, and not every time, but fairly often. All of a sudden, there would be someone here. And I would ask the client, all right, there's somebody here standing next to me, their name is so-and-so. Do you know that person? And it was grandma, or it was my husband who passed away, or my best friend who crossed over. So I decided, I'm going to add that to my offerings. If you would like to be in touch with someone on the other side, for whatever reason, maybe they're contacting you, maybe you're thinking about them, maybe it's a recent event and you're still working on the healing process, let me know. I'm very thrilled to provide that service for you if you need it. The other thing that I'm adding is distance healing. This is something that's been unfolding for me for many years, actually. So last year in 2017, I had a particular job to do based on the things that were streaming through to me. So I kept my scope of practice very narrow. Now I'm being freed because, Spirit's saying, because you folks are all ready. With all the work you did in 2017, you're ready. So if you would like distance healing, that is available. My email is in the description box below this video. There's a phrase, it says show more. Click on that. Every single thing you need to know about the readings, how to pay for them, my email address, the time zone converter. I speak to people literally all over the world all the time. So don't worry about it. We'll find a time. Okay? So be in touch and let me know how I can help you. All right? Do understand that I get a lot of email and I'm busy doing readings and making videos. If I don't get back to you, and a couple of days has gone by, don't worry, I will get to you, okay? So the other big announcement is that my website is finally in development. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. All the information that's now in that giant tab underneath this video, you won't have to do that. It's a lot to slog through, in just sort of a printed page type of way. So the website, I think another 10 days or so, and it'll be ready, at least for the first phase of publication. All the information will be there. More information about me, a little information about my journey and who I am and Moonrise Cottage and how this all came to be. There will be a calendar there. So when you look at the various offerings and you click the button that says book it, you're going to be taken to the calendar. You're going to be able to book your own reading. You'll see all the slots that are open. You'll be able to choose your slot. It'll take you to PayPal. You'll be able to make your reservation. You're going to get a confirmation email. And then the day before your reading, you're going to get a reminder. I'm really thrilled about that. I think it's going to be fabulous for all of us. So that's going to continue to evolve, over time. But we're endeavoring to get the first version, I guess, out. It'll still be under construction probably for another month or so. So the address is Moonrise Cottage, soultarot.com, just like my channel, okay? So let's toggle back. One thing I forgot to say. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews. It is a profound work of both art and mastery. So props to that lady who I've never met, but what an amazing body of work. So I'm always grateful to her. So we've talked about the spirit theme. And the next card that comes out underneath this is the aspect in which you stand. And given the fact that we're talking about the revelation of the art of lineage and prophecy and seeing forward into the future to understand how the future will unfold, the card that comes to stand next to in the light of the revelation of art is the liberator of devotion. Look at that, Libra. That's astoundingly beautiful. In the traditional tarot, that is the death card. Here in Soul Tarot, it is the liberator of devotion. And it is indicating a similar theme. It is about transition. It is about moving between the worlds, from one world to the next, if you will. And it gives us a notion of how deep you're going. Because here we have this story about a king asking what his lineage will be. And when the question is asked, he gets transported into the other side, right? Into the mystical realm, where he meets the goddess of sovereignty, who can help him see into the future and pour his wishes and dreams out into a bowl. She has this beautiful barrel, encrusted barrel of water sitting by her side. That's about life energy. That's about abundance. That's about love and dreams coming true. So in that light, you transition and you are liberated from that which binds you. And what's really interesting is the soul question in the revelation of art is to ask you, what is your heart's true desire? I believe this is a notation of the particular type of transition and travel, soul travel, that you are engaged in the month of February, and building a foundation. Okay, Spirit's talking about building a new set point. And that's why all the conversation about emergence and evolving. You are evolving into your new state of being, a new place. Naturally, that requires transition. And you are being liberated from what came before in order to go forward in this very profound way through a particular type of passage so that you are able to travel through the mystical realm and liberate yourself into your future. It's a truly beautiful message, and I'm very glad to see this here based on everything that was being spoken about last month. It just kind of astounded me when I saw this come out. It's very gentle. It's very quiet. There's a hush. There's the card. So the other thing to note is that this is feminine energy. Right? There's the shaman carrying the head, and the ancient Celtic peoples believed the soul resided in the head. So that's what that notation is. Right? This is about being deep out in the universe, being liberated. Your devotion is liberated through this prophecy with the goddess of sovereignty in order to be able to transform and come into the place of being that is your destiny. And we see leaves here. It's about new growth is coming, and obviously going through some type of birth process. The fact that it's feminine energy, it's interesting to me because that theme has been coming out in all the readings as well. What Spirit's been talking about with me and with each sign through the cards, a theme about the portal, the nature of feminine power. This year, I think we're going to delve a lot into the essential nature of both sacred feminine and sacred male power. This month, everybody's going through some kind of a portal, a shift, a change, an evolution, very deep into their soul set point, Spirit says, in order to be able to solidify your place and your ability to see it and feel it and understand it, so that you can act from that place going forward, able to interact with and support this beautiful tapestry of energy that was the mission, Spirit says, of all the work you did last year. I chattered on a lot about that last year. There was a lot coming through me about this tapestry of energy, pardon me. And the interesting thing about that is that there was a lot of prophecy about that last year, and here we are coming through the year into 2018, continuing to evolve and solidify into this new tapestry. And something astounding happened the other day. I was reading the news, and I'm a little bit of a science geek. So, you know what? I'm going to toggle back. I'm a little bit of a science geek, so I'm reading the science news. I'm just going to hold this up. The Spirit says hold this up while I chatter. And I stumbled upon, quite by accident, a little tiny story that was sort of buried way at the back. Scientists, I guess neurologists, have finally discovered and proven that human beings literally are constantly in connection with each other by virtue of the electromagnetics of their brain waves. Wow, that's what Spirit was talking about. It's time for that to be revealed, okay? The revelation of the art of being in the totality of what that means. And for you coming into that place as a prophecy, it is what has always been meant for you. So this notion of being in touch with each other, we talk about it a lot on a spiritual, philosophical basis. Now we know the things that we've always known. It's true. I feel so grateful that that has come to the surface. So as you take your human walk, with all of these ideas coming forward, all this transition, both of these cards about liberation and revelation and moving in the direction of your greatest desires, your devotion, that which you seek to be devoted to, is liberated in order to manifest. And these two cards together are very powerful prophecy for you, Libra. So let's take a look at the cards that follow, that talk about in your human life, what are the adventures you're going to have, right? So I love the way these cards are aligned. We see three women here with red garments of one shade or another, and one beautiful male warrior, spirit warrior, also with red garments. This is a moment of high passion. This is a moment of high energy. This is a moment of deep intention, both in the spirit realm and in your heart, because that's what the revelation of art is talking about. What does your heart desire? What would you like to manifest? What are the things from which you would like to be liberated? And where would you like your devotion to be focused? What a beautiful moment to come to. So, the human walk, the first step under the light of the goddess of sovereignty and the beautiful Sheila Nagi, the liberator of devotion, shows a figurine, a drawing of something called a Sheila Nagi. You can look that up on the internet. It was a primitive carving that was found on the south-facing walls of churches all over the place where the Celtic peoples lived. Mainly in Ireland, some in England, some in the UK, and some, I think, in certain regions in France. When things were changing, when the geopolitics of the region was in flux, with the rise of Christianity, there were many things that were the Christian peoples were utilizing in order to convert, if you will, the folks who were practicing the ancient religions. And so some of the symbols, if you look deep into the history of that, there's a lot of information online. It's very interesting to me that this figure is found on churches because it's the last thing you would ever think would be carved into the wall of a church. I believe it has to do with goddess worship. It has to do with the sacred feminine and what that meant on a spiritual basis. So going forward, the first step, we see this beautiful male energy. The feminine energy is the portal. It is the tunnel. It is the way of travel for a spirit who seeks to come from the mystical realm, from heaven, from the universe, whatever word you want to use, into this realm in order to have its earthly adventure. And that's the story we see unfolding here. There is a beautiful warrior. He is here to incarnate. Spirit, I think, is talking about your transition into this moment, into this realm of existence, in order to be here and have an experience, to have an adventure, in order to be present for this exact moment. So there he is. Look at this beautiful man. Beautiful, centered, focused, pure male energy, right? He's got his horse. He has his personal power in his hand, his magic wand, if you will. He's got the sustenance and nourishment that he needs. His bags are packed. He's ready to go. And so what he does, actually, he's a spiritual warrior. He has the skill set of being able to respond to sacred impulse. And so he stands at the ready and he waits for the impulses from within his heart chakra, from the sacred realm, the mystical realm, to strike him, right? To sort of come into his heart and his mind. And when he gets that urge, he does not hesitate. He jumps on his beautiful white horse, meaning the purity of his intention and actions, and he rides straight into the mystery. He's somewhat impulsive, right? So I believe Spirit's talking about the indication of the decision that you made to come and have this adventure on the earthly realm in this moment. Coming through the days of 2017 and the days before that, a lot's unfolding. Pluto is in the first house of Capricorn. There's a great upheaval going on, a great shift and change, prophesied for many years, Spirit says, right? I'm not an astrologer, but if you go look at the astrology, you'll find what I'm talking about. I believe. That's what I'm being told, okay? Very interesting that that's the first step. Beautiful male energy. The energy that gives forward motion, impetus, right? The bravery, so to speak, to go forward into an adventure. And being able to trust yourself and your impulse and the things that you know. So standing right next to the warrior of skill is the beautiful woman of battle. And they look at each other. I love this alignment. So there we are, in a sense. Again, Spirit's talking about prophecy. Oh, I've got them backwards. Sorry. There we go. All right, so they're looking right at each other. All right, the woman of battle, has been through her initiation. She has the amulet. She's a very powerful woman. She has her spear, meaning her personal power in her hand. And what she does is stand firmly in her place, and the winds of change blow through her hair. She has one hand open in order to receive the gifts that are coming. She is often the first one into the gap in a battle. And she is very self-assured. I love the fact that these two are here together. More indication of the flow of energy becoming very balanced inside your being. This man goes on an adventure. And this woman, like him, but in a different aspect because she has feminine energy, she stands very firm and strong and knowledgeable in her place. She is often the first one to respond. So, in a sense, Spirit's saying, this is the sacred couple. And they have, when their energies join, they have a particular mission in mind. And you already know what it is, because we saw the card. Let me toggle back so you can see. Look at that. I love it. I was really astounded when these cards came out. That is the beautiful Queen of Skill. And so this is the mission. We see this prophecy about what is coming next and the means through which you travel on a soul basis to come here to this realm. The impetus of male energy, the desire to be born, the willingness to have this human adventure, as difficult as it is oftentimes. And the beautiful woman of battle sits supporting the liberation of devotion, because it is a feminine energy set point, that type of movement, right, between the realms. This intention has manifest through these types of energetic movements and set points in order to bring to you a new life in this moment. And what's been unfolding for a lot of the other signs, as I said, each in their own way, same type of movement. It is about new life. It is about prophecy. It is about, Spirit's saying incarnating and reincarnating. So the cycle of your soul travel and the fact that you incarnated here into this particular time in order to have a reincarnation process within one lifetime. So within your life, you came for this adventure. You've been preparing your whole life for the moments that you are stepping into now. Signified, let me transition over so you can see the card. Signified by this beautiful baby. Do you see the horses on her dress, the key of life? She's got also the power to move forward. There's a lot of movement in this reading. Maybe obviously, but really intense. So your new set point, energetically, having evolved through 2017, Spirit's talking about the solstice being the passageway, the womb, all right, the sacred mother. And you've been received here. Your intention is unfolding and is giving new life to your journey. It's really beautiful. So let's toggle over and take a look at the bridge card. Also fabulous. Wait till you see it. Look at that. Libra, holy cow. This reading is blowing my mind. Look. So before I chatter about it, take a moment and look at how these cards are aligned with each other, vertically and horizontally. And you will see deeper into the message. It's one of the things that's been coming through. I don't have time to go into it. These readings easily could be 6 hours. I have to find a way to encapsulate it. Spirit is saying, now that you have joined the tapestry, now that we really know you have your own type of vision, your own type of clairvoyance, all of that is coming to the surface in these days. You are here on this deep shamanistically led journey. And it is a feminine type of shamanistic power. So here's the card. Look at that woman. She's been in, I think, 3 or 4 of the readings so far, of the 6 or 7 readings that I've done. So there's a lot of mystical event unfolding, She has the headdress of the raven. And, the bird energy is about bringing messages from the mystical realm and having deep vision. This woman is very activated at the third eye. Like the woman of battle, she is in this very supportive position. Also passionate. A lot of energy. There's the sun coming up behind her. So what Spirit's saying is, this shamanistically led journey in this first part of 2018, with the Queen of Battle and the Woman of Battle and the Warrior of Skill, all these actors here to shepherd you across, because you are going very deep. And that progress continues, right? So through the month of February, you're continuing to discover yourself in ways that you never imagined. What is your lineage? And that's, speaking to the energetics. Who are you? What does it mean to be a spirit entity walking in human form? What does male energy indicate? What does feminine energy indicate? What is it to have a passage? These are all the themes that are building, Spirit saying, the bricks and mortar with which you are going to go forward in all of 2018 because there's a new adventure for us. So take a look at the far left vertical column. I'm going to transition over to the spirit cards that indicate the reflection of your human journey in the mystical realm. Okay, the soul part of your journey. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So just in brief, before I jump in individually, on the left vertical line, we see the Queen of Battle. Shepherding your adventure. Okay, the Warrior of Skills on the bottom. The impulsive male energy, ready to hop on the horse and ride straight into the human adventure of being in transition and being a spirit walker. And just above him is the beautiful Queen of Battle, mystically shepherding you across with her ability to be in touch with the mystical realm. And she sits looking at you in the aspect of the liberator of devotion. She is literally carrying you through your transition. It's incredibly beautiful. And standing just above her, more beautiful male energy, very deeply ordered, Spirit says, in order for you to have the unfolding that you are destined for. It's incredible transitioning in terms of the flow of the energy. So we have the foundation of art. And the foundation of art on the spirit realm indicates to you that journey that the warrior of skill is going on, that impulse that he's responding to. Just like the story of the Queen of Sovereignty, he responds to an impulse and he goes straight into it. And suddenly he is carried in a shamanistic way into the deepest aspect of his soul. I want to show you the card really closely so that you'll understand, but just take a look at that, right? So if the warrior of skill is your human journey, and the foundation of art is the reflection of your soul journey, and standing between them is this beautiful Queen of Battle, a shamaness, very powerful mystical woman. Look at that. That is the nature of your soul in these moments, in the month of February. You are literally in touch with yourself. That's what's coming through from Spirit. It's amazing to me. You're going to feel some really deep transition. And you are in the process of awakening to your inner being in a way that was not possible before this. And I think it has something to do with this notion that we have created this tapestry of energy and we are in touch with each other. We're going to be building that skill, I think, in 2018 as we move toward the age of Aquarius, about which there's all this prophecy, with the help of Pluto, because of all the crazy upheaval that's going on everywhere. It's there. It's happening in order to shred the form that we've been operating in. And we have some very effective actors, don't we? At the moment. My gosh, the news is just nuts every day, at least here in the United States, right? And here we are. This is the process that's going on in the background. Pluto's doing its work to support our journey. And the mystical realm is here. You are going to begin to be able to really see and access and feel this aspect of yourself. And so Spirit's talking to me about the vision that will come to you. All right, let me toggle back so you can see this in concert with the other cards. Okay, so let's talk for a minute about the center line. We see on the human level the beautiful woman of battle, and just above her the liberator of devotion, and just above that the warrior of battle. So again, we have this incredible flow of energy, the yin yang of the male and female energy flowing in a continuous loop of energy exchange and information, one feeding into the other in a very mystical transition. with the liberator of devotion right in the middle between them. The woman of battle and the warrior of battle. Again, in a way, sacred mates that bring new life. It's phenomenal to me to see all of that is reflected in this reading. And standing right next to the warrior of battle is another foundation card. So on the spirit realm, there's a very deep, very new, very powerful new foundation happening. And if you look at the bottom row of cards, the same thing is happening on the human realm. It's really profound what's coming through in these readings this month. And I hope I'm doing my best to be clear about the things that Spirit wants to talk about. It's about where we are and who we are and what we're evolving out of and into. And I love that the Death card, the Liberator of Devotion, is right in the middle of all of it, indicating your energy and your experience in these moments, all of 2018, but most particularly what is happening with that here in the month of February. It's truly inspirational to me. And Libra, we look to you as the figurehead of balance and justice, don't we? And when you think about it in that light, the deep element, right? Your energetic set point is a Libra, undergoing a complete shift and change. And the changes that is happening, occurring, Spirit says, sorry about that, is the change that answers your deepest impulse and your destiny. And you stand in yourself in this moment, being liberated from what has come before in order to go forward into this beautiful, shamanistically led journey with the power of the sacred feminine as the portal. And here we are on the 1st of February, having just come through the second full moon in a month. And on that day, there was an eclipse. It's a very beautiful moment of shift and change. And I believe a portal, darn it, because of the crazy weather and my internet was down and then I was sick for a week with the flu, I didn't get to do that reading. I think I'm going to do it as soon as I can get this done and take care of some family business that's in the background. I think we need to have that reading come out. Spirit's talking about it a lot. So let's take a quick look at the warrior of battle. Okay, it's like this. This is there they are. Sacred twins. Spirit says sacred twins. Okay? It's time for us to really understand these energy set points that we embody as spirit beings here in the human realm. All right? We've been really limited in our understanding of gender set point. And, across cultures, there's just been a lot of difficulty over time with the way we treat each other, with the way, women are treated, with the way men are treated. For many years, I've had a lot of sadness in my heart that, men in global culture, the expectation that it's put on them, I don't think we have enough discussion of that. Used as fodder for the wars of the politicians, things like that, right? And we all know what's been going on with the feminine energy over many years. Completely disrespected, not able to be understood as a sacred portal that we embody. I think those days are over. I think we're just coming to a place of awareness where we'll be able to really love and honor each other. And, thank goodness for all the crazy upheaval that's going on. It needed to happen. It seems like the moment is here, just even in the news that's going on in politics and with women coming forward and saying, okay, no more abusing me. It's time for men to step forward, I think, as well, and claim their identity, claim their sacred space in concert with and understanding the flow of energy, right? In such a way that brings balance and honor and respect to both of these energetic set points and, let me hold it over here, and to the notions that are embodied in them, right? I love that they're both here standing together with this right in the middle. It's astounding. Okay, so let's transition back and look at this last card the beautiful foundation of knowledge, that which has been revealed. Take a look at that line, the right-hand vertical line of cards. There is a prophecy in the middle on the center line. On the bottom in the human walk, it's about new life, the Queen of Skill. Bringing forward into a new life that which was reflected on the spirit line, a new foundation, the foundation of knowledge, the ability to stand with the ancients, take up that wisdom and channel it here into the human realm through the beautiful revelation of the art of a spirit walk embodied in a human form. Honestly, it's, I'm getting a little choked up because it deeply, as a concept, it's enough to make me burst into tears. So let's look at the card, okay? There's the beautiful foundation of art. And again, a very fertile moment. This beautiful young woman, standing deep across the universe, standing with the ancients, the knowledge, the wisdom that is embodied in the sacred feminine in order to be a portal for the transmission of knowledge, sacred knowledge, from the mystical realm, from heaven, from the universe, again, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. The theme is the same. How does this knowledge come to this place? I was raised in a Catholic family, Irish Catholic family. So my background, it's a Christian baseline, right? The notion that keeps coming through to me is heaven on earth. And there it is. And there's the prophecy, right? Again, let's see if I can make this happen. Okay, look at that. First card on the top, all about lineage and prophecy and what is to come forward and who will be the kings. Where is the leadership going to come from? There we go. Sorry, wrong card. And there we have it. The transmission of sacred wisdom between the heavens from the ancients onto this realm. It's a beautiful movement. And I held this up by accident, but I'll show it to you. Let me toggle the cards over, okay? So you can see. This is the outcome card for your journey. And again, it is about the sacred power of the feminine portal. Look at the center horizontal line of these cards. That is the core message. Every single piece of it is about shift and change and transition on a soul basis into and out of the mystical realm in order to become liberated and bring your devotion here to the earthly realm. And having arrived here, due to the prophecy of the goddess of sovereignty, the card that sits next to her is the Shaper of Growth. It is a major arcana card. It is the second card in the major arcana of the stack. The first card is the Decider of Will. And your will has already been decided. We see it in this reading by virtue of the blending of male and female energy and the way in which the cards play out, Spirit says. All right, so let me show you this card. Spirit saying, up close and personal. All right, look at that. That is the Sacred Mother. That is literally the depiction of the Sacred Mother. It is she who shepherds souls across from the mystical realm into this realm. She is the guide, she is the protector, and she makes sure you have all the gifts and all the bounty that you need, all the abundance that you need for your journey into this realm. All right, so let me toggle back and show you the cards all in the placement as they came out. Going through a process, something is falling away. And in this new place, when you arrive here into this realm. In these moments, you are having a rebirth, and you are being given all the gifts that you need to walk forward into this prophecy and to, Spirit says, to firmly set this new foundation. Spirit is talking a lot about within one lifetime, right? So an indication of death, because for this type of movement to happen and shift and change, it takes a death, usually. In this moment, there is no death required, Spirit says. It's about a prophecy and about destiny. So Libra, have a wonderful month. I'm very excited for you. You can expect to feel very deeply in tune with the spirit part of your nature. And this month, all that is wanted of you is to ponder that and allow yourself to be in transition. This is a very powerful reading, but it is quiet and it is soft and it is mysterious all at the same time. So I think, anytime you have a chance to sit and meditate or pray or have quiet and feel yourself on a spirit basis, feel that part of you inhabiting your physical form, and understand the deeply mystical journey that you are destined for through 2018, and become comfortable in that place. It's a very new place, and it's very powerful. It is important for you to understand that you are your purpose. I talk to a lot of people and they always ask me, it's always one of the questions, what am I to do? But what should I do? So all of this is unfolding, and then what should I do? And the message resounding through for the last several months, and I think it's going to be the theme, if you will, of 2018, is that you are your purpose. Don't worry about everything else. You focus your effort on your sacred development, on coming to understand the spirit that lives within you, that animates your human form. That is the purpose. And when that bridge has been crossed, when you have reached that goal, everything else develops from there, naturally, without effort, and you don't have to worry about it. It's going to come. So focus on yourself, know that you are your purpose, and that there's a beautiful story, a beautiful destiny unfolding, and allow yourself to just settle in with it this month. And March, I think, will be the next phase of this particular part of your journey. So Libra, thank you so much. Have a wonderful month. I'm looking forward to being with you, God and Goddess willing, in March. And I'll look forward to hearing from you on the thread. Anything that comes to you, any unique thoughts, any experience of this that you have, please do us all the service of putting a little comment. Tell your story on the thread below this video, because we really do inform each other. The tapestry is woven. We can be in connection energetically now more than ever. So I'm going to leave you with that thought and with the picture of the cards. Thank you so much for your time and all your love and support, Libra.